All right. Welcome back, everybody, to NEXEN Live here at the 2025 SEMA show. I'm Mike Caudill with Chasing Horsepower. We have been on all morning interviewing a variety of guests, celebrities, race car drivers, even builders. I think Kenny's still around here somewhere. He's still here. He's not going to leave, is he? He wants to build something else. It's been great being here in the NEXEN booth. Appreciate them hosting us today, allowing us to use this platform to share all the great things that are happening at SEMA. I think we talked a little bit, Aaron, about automakers from an OEM standpoint, what they're doing in the industry. Kenny talking about his builds. We had the Rebel Rally out here earlier. The one thing we haven't done is we haven't invited our gracious host up here to talk a little bit about what's going on at NEXEN. So Aaron Neumann's joining us. He is running. Oh, look, he's the only one that got an applause today. Like, Aaron comes up. By the way,
thanks. Those are my friends. I'll pay you up later.
In an hour from now, we're going to have Mr. Cartoon up here talking about his vehicle booths, his vehicle builds. He's going to be coming over from Rockford. A lot of you have followed Mr. Cartoon over the years, celebrity tattoo artist and now vehicle builder. But your role, Aaron, and you and I met a few weeks ago out at the NEXEN Ride and Drive program just outside of Chicago. And, you know, I think the one unifying thing here at SEMA is the number one contact patch between the vehicle and the ground is?
That's the most important thing. It's the tire.
It's the tires. So you and I had a couple conversations out at the Ride and Drive around NEXEN and what their tires, you know, what makes NEXEN a different tire brand, you know, than some of the other companies that are out there. We know it's rubber and we know it meets the road. But there are some things that are different. You're showcasing some things here in the booth this year that are different. Before I turn it over to you, this is the biggest booth. This might actually qualify as the biggest booth of all at SEMA this year, Teresa. Marketing team said, you know what, we're going to make a big point by showcasing what's going on with NEXEN. A lot of people come by to check out the company. But let's talk a little bit about tires and what from your experience running the mechanical and engineering side of the business, the technical side of this, what makes your tires different?
It's so hard to talk about tire quality because it's not something you can see. You know, you look at a NEXEN tire, it looks the same as a Chinese tire. But there's really so much more that goes into it. It starts with our factories. They're state-of-the-art. They have the highest quality equipment in them from around the world. NEXEN is super focused on quality. And what that means is the percentage of tires, you know, we have limits. And,
right.
And the tire doesn't go out of the factory until it meets our limits for vibration, for uniformity. Our percentages are so high, we have such little scrap rates because our factories are so good. And then we have an incredible amount of technology that goes into the tires on the compounding side, on the material science side, even how we design tires virtually through FEA and through tire modeling. This is stuff you can't see in the tire, but it makes a huge difference. The performance total performance envelope of the tire, you put a NEXEN up, you can put it right up against a Tier 1 tire, and you're getting 95% of the performance of a brand M tire at 80% of the cost.
Trying to be sly, brand M tire. We know what that brand M is. I'll say it loud and proud. Better watch out there, you French company. Sorry. I digress. When we were at the Ride and Drive, you were showing off a couple different tires, and one of those that you were talking about is an EV-capable tire. Now, I'm an automotive journalist. I test drive cars every single week. I've talked to every single automaker in the market about their tires. And when you said you had a tire that was EV-capable, I went, yeah, right. Everyone says they just slap another logo on it, but you actually have done something from a chemistry standpoint, a rubber standpoint, to make it different. Explain it.
Okay, so you know, what do you need in an EV? You do want low noise, but I think what you're talking about is tread wear. We've got a whole bunch of EVs out there that are wearing tires out faster than we ever expected. They're heavier, they got higher torque. You guys know about this issue. So we have to combat that. We need better tread wear out of our tread compounds, but we don't want to give up any grip or stopping distance or safety. So the compound technology we use, number one, we use a high resin technology, and we use a 4D compound, which has higher dispersion. So the way these rubber compounds work is you need your polymers and your fillers to link up. And by using a 4D compound with high dispersion, we get better chemistry in our compounds, which allows better tread wear.
So let me see if I can interpret this. Mechanical engineer. I'm good at interpreting. The center line of the tire is probably going to have a thicker density type of rubber because an electric vehicle carries more weight. More weight on rubber on the road means it's going to degrade and break down faster. So what we've learned, and this is from an automotive journalism side, Zach's in the house right there. Raise your hand, Zach. Journalist
Hi,
Zach
Zach.
in the house. We know Zach. He's one of our guys, one of our good guys. Wearing purple today, too. We didn't pay him to do that. One thing we know is from an automotive journalism standpoint is that, and this is coming directly from the EPA, is that tires are breaking down incredibly fast because of the weight of an electric vehicle. You look at the Hummer EV, the Silverado EV, you look at some of these electric vehicles, they are so heavy. So you have a way to combat that. Longer wear out of a tire for an electric vehicle that can also be quiet. What about pricing? I know you don't like to talk, but are we competitive? And do automakers know about it?
But first off, I'm an engineer, so I don't like to get into price. But I shop for tires, and like I said, I think Nexen is a good value for the quality of tire you're getting. We're not at the bottom, we're not a Chinese tire company, and we're not at the top. We're in the middle with our quality and performance level that's up near the top.
Okay, so when we think about EVs, tires are available in the market now.
Yes.
Consumers can buy them. Do automakers, are they aware of the fact that Nexen has this tire?
Oh, yeah. We do a lot of OE work. Our biggest customer that we develop for in America are Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, so the Stellantis group. Almost all of the OEMs we come to, we visit. We're working with Ford, we're working with Volkswagen, Mercedes, Porsche. These vehicles you see here, they're well aware, and it doesn't take much to get them interested. We give them a tour of our factory, and they're like, yeah, we want to do business with you. We let them drive our tires. We do demonstration tires for them. They're like, yeah, you definitely have the technology. So it definitely sets us apart, our OE business.
All right, switching gears to my favorite tire, and that's the MTX. I'm an off-road guy, Aaron. I like being off-road. I got a 75 Bronco that runs MTXs on it. Even from the standpoint of getting creative with the tire design and the tread pattern, your sidewalls on both sides are fun. You've got a T-Rex with teeth on one side, and then you got a Transformer look on the other side. Can you take credit for that? Come on, you can do it.
Know this?
In front of all your team members, you can take credit for
that.
That
came right out of our office, working with directly with, at that time was in California, our marketing team in California. We had some great collaboration meetings. I remember these meetings were going, what if we had claws that come down like this? And they're like, oh yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, we have the T-Rex on the one side and kind of a Transformer look on the other side. And when that came out, that was pretty popular. Of course, now there's all kinds of designs you can get out there, but I think we were one of the leaders with the dual sidewalls.
And with the Enprise S, I'm starting to feel like there's a competitive angle that Nexen is taking from a racing standpoint. Sounds like the Infera, some of these other tires that you're now bringing to market. Are you trying to make a statement? Are we going to go deeper into racing? That's probably a question for Teresa. We better not answer that one. But it just looks like with the way the direction that you're going with your tires, some of the modern innovation that we see over there, it looks like Nexen is really looking to make a statement when it comes to tires.
Yeah, I mean, when we got involved with Formula Drift, we proved that we could design a tire that would meet very high level. We're also involved with the supercars over in Korea and Japan. We definitely, when we put our mind to it, we can do amazing racing tires. But it takes a huge budget to do that.
It does.
And Nexen's not actually, despite the size of this booth, Nexen's not a big company. We just do tires. We don't have other stuff like leeching money away from tire development. We're purely a tire company. And if we get into something, we're going to do it right.
Yeah,
and,
awesome.
We built a 200 UTQG treadwear track day tire called the Infera Sport R. It immediately went to the top of the heat. Anyone that drives that tire wants that tire. It did super well in grid life. It does super well in time trials. You can autocross it. It has grip from the get-go. You can circuit race it. It holds on to grip as you build heat in the tire. It's just a fantastic tire. And at some point, management at Nexen's going to have to decide, all right, are we going full in for motorsport? Or are we going to keep building these amazing tires and kind of just let them trickle out. I hope they go full in. That'd be awesome.
Rumor has it that there might be some dabbling in that in 2026, but I can neither confirm or deny any allegations of impropriety. I'm not the one that's going to be able to deliver that message. Aaron Neumann joining us here at the NEXEN Live booth, guys. We're going to be back here in a bit. In an hour from now, we'll have Mr. Cartoon over here coming over from Rockford Fosgate. You're not going to want to miss that one. That's going to be a great interview. Thank you so much for sharing more details. And again, to NEXEN, our host, for having our team in here today, having all these great guests up here on, wanted to say the curvy couch, but up here in the NEXEN booth. All right, back in an hour.
Thanks, Mike.